Welcome to this demonstration of DocQ's land and property registration workflow. Today, we'll see how DocQ automates property registration for a government land registry, from application submission through certificate issuance. A citizen applies with property details and the required documents. The system generates the registration certificate with the appropriate legal clauses, captures the applicant's signature, saves the data to the database, and routes it through the necessary approvals based on property type. Officers approve with one-click access. Additional signatures are collected if needed. Valuation and tax documentation are completed. Documents are split for internal and external use. And finally, everything is stored with proper naming and format. Let's see it in action. Here's the Property Registrations database, where all application data is stored and updated throughout the workflow. Documents in DocQ are generated from templates. This is our main property registration application and certificate template, with variables like applicant name, property location, and property type that will be filled automatically from the form data. The template includes conditional clause sections for joint ownership terms, commercial property conditions, and agricultural restrictions. This second template is the Valuation and Tax Clearance Annex, where valuation and tax officers provide their assessment, remarks, and signatures. The process begins with this professional application form. It collects applicant information, name, ID, email and address, and property details like location, size, and type, plus required document uploads. Let me show you how DocQ's intelligent conditional logic works. I'll fill in the applicant information and property details. Property size, 90 square meters. Property type, I'll select residential first. Now changing to commercial, watch the form adapt instantly. A business license upload field appears. This is conditional logic in action. Changing the size to 101 square meters, a new environmental clearance field appears for larger properties. Checking joint ownership, co-owner details appear. Unchecking, they disappear. The form is completely dynamic. Changing back to 90, the environmental clearance field disappears. The form only asks what's necessary. Now I'll upload the required documents. I'll enable joint ownership for our application and add the co-owner information. Capture the applicant's signature, preview the application, and submit. The workflow now takes over automatically. The workflow begins. DocQ generates the property registration certificate, filling in all the variables with applicant information, the property details, and everything from the form. Because this is a commercial property, DocQ automatically inserts the commercial property clause with business operation requirements. Because it's jointly owned, the system inserts the joint ownership clause, establishing the rights of both owners. The certificate is now complete with all the appropriate legal language. The applicant receives an email notification to review and sign the generated certificate. With one click, he opens the document, reviews it, and provides his electronic signature on the official certificate. Now all the form data and document information are saved to the Property Registrations database. The initial record is created with applicant details, property information, and the current status. The application now routes to the registration officer for approval. In addition to the email notification, the officer can also access the document directly from My Queue, where all pending approval tasks are displayed. From here, the officer opens the document, reviews the information, and provides their electronic signature, similar to what we saw earlier in the applicant's signature step. Because this is a commercial property, the workflow automatically routes it to the business compliance officer for additional approval. The same process applies. The officer accesses the task from My Queue, reviews the documentation, and signs electronically. Since this property is jointly owned, the co-owner also receives a signature request. They review the finalized certificate and sign electronically, confirming joint ownership. Next, the workflow sends the Valuation and Tax Clearance Annex to the valuation officer. The officer fills in valuation details, tax clearance status, and assessment value, selects the approval outcome, and signs electronically. Once submitted, this annex is automatically attached to the main registration document. The workflow completes final processing, creating two versions, one for internal records and one for the applicant. DocQ automatically applies tags like commercial and joint ownership, renames files using a standardized format, converts them to PDF, and stores everything in the Land Registry folder in DocQ Drive. Users can also access these documents directly from DocQ Drive by opening the Land Registry folder, where all files are securely organized by case and document type. Finally, the applicant receives an email confirming that their property registration is complete, with a link to download their official certificate. Throughout the entire process, officers can monitor progress through MyQ, viewing pending tasks and responsible users. Those tags we mentioned earlier, like commercial and joint ownership, appear here too, allowing quick filtering and access to specific document categories. The complete audit trail is visible in Document History, showing when the applicant submitted, when approvals occurred, and when signatures were captured, ensuring transparency and compliance. That's DocQ's Land and Property Registration workflow, automating every step from application to certificate issuance with intelligent forms, dynamic routing, automatic document generation, seamless approvals, and full traceability.